is anime? Well, the Google definition is boring. But basically, the community has decided, against Miyazaki's wishes, that anime is any form of animation that comes from the land of the rising lollies.
No, that's what it says.
Any form of animation that comes from the land of the rising lollies is called anime. But then every once in a while, the community gets something like,
it's natural to move away from what you're afraid of, but in a fight, this gives your opponent more range to attack.
Holy shit, this anime is good. That's literally a magical girl transformation. Okay, I gotta look this up. What anime is this? Hey, none of those were actually anime. What you talking about, Willis?
These shows are what the community call Chinese anime or American anime. Doesn't matter what the show is, insert country of origin here, then anime. But why?
We know these shows are not anime, and if you ask any anime fan, they'll tell you no. But
you can't deny that these honorary anime shows are watched by the same people who watch anime and are considered to be part of the community in some way. From the stylistic expression of these shows, to the fact that you can even watch some of them on Crunchyroll, the anime streaming platform, to the fact that anime dubbing studios and manga licensing companies are picking up some of these series as well. This may be one of those situations where we have to throw the Google definition in the trash, take out the garbage, and sit amongst ourselves and have this discussion. Link Click is the best show this year.
Bro, you watch fake. Shut up.
Demon Slayer clear. Okay, but can he be Goku though?
because not only do these shows look like anime, they feel like anime, they're streamed with anime, and some of them are better than actual anime. Oh god, we have a problem.
You think with an anime YouTube channel of 4 years, talking about a variety of shows, and watching over 400 titles, I, of all people, would easily be able to answer this question. But even through my cringiest moments,
I'll never let you go.
not even going outside and touching grass could give me the clarity I needed. But wait a minute, if anime has a technical definition, don't these other shows have one too?
They sure do, and I did my research. Anime is by far the biggest moneymaker when it comes to modern day animation, so it would be a huge missed opportunity for other countries not to replicate it or be influenced by the style. But it's not just the style, it's tropes, character archetypes, and yes, even story elements.
And when they come out of other countries, what do we call them? Because they sure as hell aren't called Chinese anime in China.
Disclaimer, I'm not about to break down every single country, just the popular ones, so China, South Korea, and America.
What we would call a Chinese anime is actually called a donghua, and what we will call a Chinese manga is called a manhwa. Sorry if my accent is a little off. Korean anime is called, bear with me here, Hanguk Aini. I'm so sorry to all the Koreans watching this video. And Korean manga is called manhwa. And American anime is just called American anime because we just don't be giving a fuck.
But there are some differences.
While these shows and comics ooze anime aesthetics and vibes, no matter how much they take from their Japanese counterparts, they still manage to have a sense of originality, to the point where fans can just point them out simply by watching them.
There's something off about this anime. Where are the titties?
You can watch the new Superman series and tell it's not from Japan, because even though they have a similar drawing style and character designs, they use the classic anime blush, the chibi cutaways, and of course that ending sequence that can only be described as every other anime ending in the early 2000s.
But
the show still feels different because it doesn't have long flashbacks during fights, character inner monologues at the start of the episode, or random shots of nature the director clearly didn't want to cut. Instead, the Superman series and shows like it tend to show you instead of tell you, making for a much more fast-paced show than most anime of today.
whether that is a good or bad thing depends on the viewer and is a topic for another day. But my point is that you can always tell the difference between an anime and an anime-inspired show because the anime-inspired show is always going to be tailored to its country of origin.
Seeing pretty shots of nature in your anime is a Japanese thing. It's not an American thing. We Americans barely have the patience to sit down and watch a movie like Oppenheimer. I mean, if it doesn't have Subway Surfer on the side of the screen, we're walking out because it's just too much talking, apparently. Same with shows like Link Click. You can tell this is tailored to a Chinese audience because this show was clearly meant to be a yaoi.
Let me stop before China finds my ass.
Now, if you remember at the beginning of the video, I said,
and some of them aren't better than actual anime.
And, well,
Fall Kill of the Five Elements has some of the best fight scenes and choreography ever, added with some interesting lore to back it all up. Legend of Hay is one of the most wholesome stories you'll ever watch, with incredible world building. Link Click is probably one of the best mystery crime dramas of not only the season, but the year as well. And those are only the donghua. The Korean webtoons like Tower of God, Solo Leveling, and God of High School all have their own separate fandoms, and love it or hate it, all three have shows produced by Japanese anime studios.
so we know why they're the same and we know how they're different. But let's talk about why that actually matters. I know I'm not alone in saying this, but I only watched the new Superman show because it looked like anime. And I know a bunch of you are gonna say, "You're such a fucking weeb!"
Yes! What gave it away?
Newsflash, if you're an anime fan, you'll probably enjoy anime-inspired shows simply because of the aesthetic, and the creators know that. Like I said before, in the world of animation, you can't escape talking about anime because we as a community failed to gatekeep.
Joking.
Anime is huge, manga sales are up, and suddenly it's becoming all too clear who runs the animation industry. So when a show like My Adventures with Superman comes out, the main audience is going to be anime fans. But that leads us to our final question. Does that make shows like this anime? What makes an anime anime? Is it the style of the show, the community watching it, or simply its country of origin?
I can already see a bunch of people saying country of origin, but here's the ball buster. In Japan, the said country of origin, they call all animation, you guessed it, anime.
Anime, if you haven't guessed by now, is short for animation, and the Japanese don't differentiate between their stuff and everyone else's when it comes to calling it anime. The way we use anime in the West comes from us drawing that imaginary line between the two.
So we're going to categorize anime as something exclusively from Japan out of some form of respect for the medium. Why should we coin that definition when the said country we're respecting doesn't even use the term the same way?
Is it fair for the Western audience to take another country's slang word and give it its own definition? But that just sounds like some redneck type of thinking if you ask me. But at the same time, that's how I've been using the word for the past 20 years I've been an anime fan. Am I just supposed to change my way of speaking based on facts I learned later on in my life? Yes, right? But do the Japanese even care? What am I even doing anymore? Was this channel a mistake? Get your ass together, man. Record a video right now. Right. Got it. I think there is a clear argument for both sides. You can't deny that Japanese animation is a unique art form within itself, but it's just that. Animation. You can watch a Bollywood movie and an American movie and spot the differences, but at the end of the day, we still think of them as just movies. So why is anime different? On the flip side, anime is literally different. There are certain tropes, stories, and attributes that you'll only find in anime. You can't build a community or culture around something that doesn't stand out from its counterparts. To me, saying anime isn't different is just as naive as ignoring the fact that the Japanese call every cartoon anime.
At the end of the day, I don't know. I'm in the middle. I'm just your local YouTuber complaining about something that no one cared about until this video. But we, the community, drew this line, and times are changing. I think somewhere in the near future, we may just have to come together and decide whether or not to erase it. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that deep dive in my intrusive thoughts. I was watching Link Click the other day, and yeah, here we are. The video just came to me. Yeah, but comment below on your thoughts of what you think anime is. And don't forget to join that Discord so we can chat further. And also follow us on Twitch and Twitter. We're up there often. And a special thanks to our patrons. You guys are awesome. And if you want to watch videos like this early, then consider donating. As always, my friends, if you watch this far in the video, I'm RJ Lane. And this has been All the Rise.